Welcome to the Traveling Professors. I'm Professor Bob.
And I'm Professor Sheri.
And together we are
the Traveling Professors.
From Inverness to Edinburgh, we're taking LNER's best train, first class, where they serve a great breakfast and go straight in to Edinburgh. And we're staying right across the street from the train station, from the Waverley train station, in what is known as the Old Waverley Hotel on Princess Street. So we'll be looking at what's around at that particular day. We'll walk down to see the castle from Princess Street. We'll probably see the Sir Walter Scott Monument. There are two art museums that are down the street, kind of getting our bearings. We have to stop by one of the bus stations, the Majestic bus station, and pick up our tickets for the next 2 days, because we're going to use their double-decker bus service, which is a little different than the regular double-decker bus where you just kind of ride around. This one is kind of targeted. So the next morning when we get up, we'll be getting on the blue double-decker Majestic bus, because we have a 10 o'clock appointment at the great castle of Edinburgh, and we'll be there as long as it takes. We're really not expecting to do anything other than the Edinburgh Castle for most of the first half of the day, and then we'll get back on it and go to the home that the Queen really liked, Queen Elizabeth II. But we don't know until we get there whether Charles is visiting, because if the royalty is in house, there are no tours, so we would then do something else, which would be more than likely we go to the Scottish Museum of History, which is stunning, and it's right near Greyfriars Cemetery, so we can see Greyfriars Bobby and do some of that material and keep us busy. Or perhaps we'll stop by the Elephant House, one of the eateries where the writing of the Harry Potter story supposedly took place. And we might walk then by Victoria Street, which may have all these pictures taken of it for the Harry Potter series as well. Now, our last day in Edinburgh, we are going to go to the Royal Botanical Gardens, which is one of the finest botanical gardens in the absolute world. And it is Sheri's specialty. I've talked about her loving plants and gardens. So we will be there most of the day. And then again, we will then pick up the double-decker bus and head off to the Royal Yacht Britannia and tour it. And once again, if there's time left over, there's plenty to see in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is not one of those cities where you can just run in and run out. It is a little challenging going up and down and up and down. To Ireland. So we'll get back on our Aer Lingus flight, and once again, Peter will meet us at the airport. Now, probably the first part of the day we'll be going to the Irish Parliament. He wanted us to meet his representative and has made an appointment to do that. So we may do several things in Dublin, but ultimately we're going to be going out to Peter's family home in the countryside, a nice Georgian home, and we will stay there for 2 days. So we'll be doing antique stores, we'll be doing medieval churches, including one of them is the oldest in Ireland. And of course, we're going to spend some time going to William Marshall's castle. William Marshall is my favorite individual from the Middle Ages. Did a whole series on his life on my podcasting. And then we'll have lunch at various pubs, and we're looking at bookstores, all the local stuff, and then dinner at Peter's will be mussels and a fancy French meal. Father was a French chef at Maxime's in Paris, and then we'll probably go to one of the local pubs and listen to Irish music. A few days later, we'll be heading back home. We'll go back to Dublin and spend the night there in the hotel we started out with, and then go out to the airport in the morning, catch the plane, fly back. We're not going in Chicago this time. We'll be coming in Charlotte, which I really like Charlotte. They have great barbecue there, and I've mentioned this before, but they've expanded the airport so much that frequently, as you'll show, you got an hour between planes, but it takes you almost an hour to walk from one end of it to the other. And then we'll fly back into Kansas City, and hopefully my daughter will pick us up at the airport. It's a long walk back to where we live in Liberty from the airport. So Sheri and I certainly hope you enjoyed this brief account of what we're going to be trying to do. Obviously, there will be videos and pictures and all sorts of stuff of these items that we've talked about and visited individually. And so we'll be mixing those in with the present structure of Italy and then Istanbul, and then we'll have our new vacation. Sheri and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Please come by our YouTube channel at Bob Packett, and please subscribe and leave some comments. Thank you very much. I've been doing podcasting on history for over 15 years. I've got over 4,000 shows, and I've done CDs, which of course can be sent out as USBs. So if you would really like to get more on history for free, then come by my website, as you see here, historyaccordingtobob.com, and see what's there. So thank you very much again.